What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 14, season 4, Girl You Know What podcast. I am Tahir.
And I'm Keisha.
And girl, so okay, first let me say this before we get into how our weeks were and everything. I was thinking about this the other day, just because we just said our names, and I'm thinking about going back to just using Danielle.
Oh, because like 2 shows ago, I was like, you keep saying Danielle.
I know. Because the thing about it is, like, the Tahir thing that is my, like, given Muslim name,
Right.
Islamic name, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So I've used that, but I mainly wanted to use it not necessarily as a podcast moniker or anything like that, but I wanted to use it like as a alias writing name.
Right.
So I'm still going to keep that, like when I'm writing and stuff like that,
But for the podcast,
So from now on, I was just thinking about that because even like when I was doing my solo podcast, I didn't even say Tahir. I just said this is DannieBSpeaks, or I didn't even say anything. I just said this is DannieBSpeaks podcast.
Because that's what I say at the end when we talk about, Instagram and how to get in touch with us. I say your DannieBSpeaks.
Right. Now it would have been different like if I would have been using that name from the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if more people would know what that name means. You know what I'm saying? So but so just from now on, I'm not even going to say So we're just, I'm gonna take it off of the
Okay, and I'll change it.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about that. But anyway, so that's my story. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Sade's going to prom today.
Yeah.
It's just junior prom. It's not like, I tell her like, oh, it's not real prom. It's just like.
Yeah, it's just another dance. You
but
just
see,
get a little dress for it.
Here, they do junior senior prom. They always have, even when I was in like middle school in Columbus, they've always had junior senior prom in Dayton.
Right.
But we didn't have that.
No.
You only had senior prom in Columbus.
Yeah, the only time you went to the prom as, an underclassman is if you were
if
going
you were
with
a date.
someone. Yeah, if you were a date, yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So that's it. That's on my day.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting. I can't wait to see those pictures because I know she's going to be as beautiful as always.
Okay, I'm not that excited, but hey.
I mean, because it is just junior, so I mean, we didn't have that, like you said. So I'm just looking at it like
I think she's going to look gorgeous because we threw it together in 10 days.
Yeah, because I remember you saying she hit you late with that. Like, I think I want to go to prom.
This has been the most stressful 10 days that I've had in probably about 5 or 6 years.
Right.
Just all of it. It's just been my frustration. And I've been working on, my therapist would be mad if I said that word, disassociating myself from people.
Yeah.
But not in the negative way that I know that sounds very psychotic.
No.
Not in the psychotic way. In the like, I think we all should do it sometimes because
I was going to say it's healthy.
My emotions need a break.
Yeah.
And I would prefer to tuck them away.
And you can always, and if it's somebody, and if it's somebody that you care for, because you don't have to disassociate yourself from people that you just don't care for, that you just don't like. It can be people that you love, but it's good for your well-being. It's good because I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, and I know it's easier for someone like me to say it who doesn't have a family and all that, but you have to put yourself first.
Yeah.
And I remember as a teenager telling my mom that because, even still to this day, she will put everyone ahead of her. And I'm just like, Mom, you need to worry about yourself. You need to worry about your health and, all this, things like that.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're not in that position where you have to take care of other people, like on a consistent basis, I guess it's, a little easier said than done. But I understand what you're saying.
And this is going to sound crazy. No, it's not going to sound crazy because a lot of us are going through this. It and I came up with this. This has been a stressful 10 days, but the past 2 days, I really sat back and said, me and Ronnie were having like a random conversation about something at his job, like just something. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. People say they do, but they really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and you can apply that to any part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
People say they do, but they really fucking don't.
Mm-hmm.
And and I'm a person, I choose to sit in certain things and not deny them.
Right.
Because a lot of people live in states of denial.
Mm-hmm.
Like they deny the situations that they're going through. They're not honest with themselves. And truthfully, the lack of honesty with self is what keeps us bound.
Mm-hmm.
Like bound emotionally, bound spiritually, bound mentally. That's what keeps you just locked up.
Yeah.
I, the past 2 days, I have just decided, you know, no, I'm not going to give myself to these situations of these people emotionally anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it, because it just feels like people are not satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter what product you put out sometimes to people, it does not matter the sacrifices that you make. People will never be satisfied.
Right.
And it is why you don't put your confidence in man, but you put your trust in the Lord, because people will let you down.
Mm-hmm.
If you are doing something for the praise of people, if you're not doing something with good intentions, it's going to break you down to your knees. And I thank the Lord that I do things because I just I just do them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever care if you tell me thank you or what. I don't care about that. If you
Yeah.
come to me and say, "Oh, can you?" Okay, I just say okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I do it. It ain't no fuss. It ain't no. Oh, I just want to thank you. No, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But sometimes when a job gets really thankless and people get really aggravating, it gets instead of me lashing out, I just withdraw.
Yeah.
I think it's safer.
Mm-hmm.
Like Grandma Holly used to say, God rest her soul, you in danger.
Okay.
And people don't know they be in danger.
No, they.
You in danger. When she tell
mm.
her granddaughter, she said, you're in danger, Michelle, and you don't
Okay.
even know
You don't
it.
even know it.
And that's how I feel.
I wonder if I still got that
Like,
video because I used to repost that all the time. Like, child, y'all just don't know.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't even know it.
No,
So, how was your week?
it was a week, busy as
Oh,
usual. I did get a podcast out finally that I told you,
oh, what's
yeah, on
up?
the Danny B Speaks
Oh,
one.
yeah, I think I shared it when you put
Yeah,
it out.
yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no
And
problem.
but yeah, so I think I told you that like I had that recorded for like maybe a
Oh, yeah,
couple
yeah, yeah.
weeks.
Yep.
And so I meant to put it out like, because I didn't post any a podcast, like a solo one for a couple weeks because I
Mm-hmm.
had that one and then I like started recording another one and then I just got sidetracked. So, I was like, well, let me just go ahead and put the finally edited. That was what the procrastination was. It doesn't take anything for me to
Right.
record one. It's when it comes to the editing, I'm just like,
Oh, God, yeah.
yeah, but
I need to learn how to edit something, but
oh, it is so fun. And you know what? And like for me, I shouldn't say it's fun. It's more therapeutic for me because you just like you could just focus. It's just like some you don't
oh,
have to
okay.
think about nothing else. You just focus directly on that. And I mean, that's just how I look at it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
like doing stuff like that because it just takes it's just like my mind goes all over the place, but when I'm working on something specific, that's just
Right.
I
It gives you
feel
that solitude.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
work was work, same old same.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, what's on your agenda for the week?
Okay. The first one is, which I thought was pretty funny. So we know what's going on with the Twitter shenanigans. Just all the bullshit that's been going on with Twitter. I know we both have, closed our
Oh,
Twitter
what
accounts. The
the blue checks?
yes. So a lot of celebrities who have, I guess they call them legacy blue checks or something like that. So basically, like if you were a celebrity and your account was verified, you don't even have to be a celebrity. If you were even like a motivational speaker or just,
If you
someone
were
who
verified
earned,
before the feed.
yeah, before the food took over,
Mm-hmm.
and then, um, you had a blue check mark. So, but of course we associate it more with famous people and whatever.
Right.
So there were quite a few celebrities who said that, or people who just had blue check marks, let me just say it like that, who said that they weren't paying.
LeBron.
Yeah. But LeBron,
LeBron said it a long time ago. He said, "If y'all know me, y'all know I ain't gonna pay the five."
girl, why did I
I think,
write that
I think
down? I
my
said,
friend
shout
said
out
that
to
was for
Mount Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, I said, shout out to Martin Lawrence. Girl, I wrote, girl.
My niece said that. She was like, "Oh," she said, "I was cracking up." She said that came from Martin. I didn't even
Yes.
know.
Yeah, girl, I ain't paying the five when, yeah. But they said he still has his blue check mark.
Because guess what?
What
Did
happened?
you see it? I feel like I sent it to you.
Mm-hmm.
He still has it because Elon Musk tweeted, "Well, some of them I'll pay for myself."
Oh, you little punk ass. So,
It's
okay.
LeBron. You're like
Yeah.
some of them people who he wants to keep those blue checks.
Mm-hmm.
He's paying for them himself.
Yeah, so I was like, 'cause I know LeBron said, he said he's not going to pay for it, so I know he's not going to pay for it. So this
No,
fool, mm,
he paying for them. Elon is paying for them. But let me tell you what is the saddest part. Somebody
mm-hmm.
posted this the day after. It must have been a day after or the week after the blue check mark thing where you can start buying them.
Yeah,
They said he made like $66 million in a day. Y'all was really out there buying them
a
checks.
check mark for what? What does it do? I mean, maybe.
It loses its, but do y'all realize it loses its luster now? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same verification that it was when you actually had to gain followers and
Mm-hmm.
when you actually needed to be, and I know this is going to sound, I'm sorry in advance, but you really had to be somebody.
Hmm. I mean,
Like
yeah, and that's
it
what I was
doesn't
trying to say
have the
earlier.
same appeal.
No, because
Like those people got those blue checks for a reason.
right.
They were bona fide celebrities. They
Mm-hmm.
are
They have
famous.
hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of followers.
What you all have done is the definition of what they tell you when you buy a new car. You have
Mm-hmm.
depreciated the value the second after you purchased it.
Right.
It's worth nothing now.
So anyone can get a blue check mark now. So like you
Yeah,
said, it's
nobody
just
takes
not
it
so.
serious.
No, I can go buy one, but I'm not paying the five.
Listen,
So,
I wouldn't even
child,
inquire.
no. So I wonder what celebrities like he's not paying for or what verified people because somebody said like Beyonce's was gone, which I find that hard to believe, but it could be. He might not like Beyonce. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she might be a little too liberal for him.
yeah, right. But LeBron definitely. But LeBron has. I guess he's a man. So there's that.
Oh yeah, he's a man, and he's
Yeah.
like, I mean, Beyonce is uber famous too, but she's a
Mm.
woman.
Yeah.
Like
A black woman.
LeBron, oh no, they weren't gonna
Mm.
let him go.
No, and especially since he was so vocal about it. Like, someone like Beyonce, she rarely posts, and she doesn't follow anybody. So, it's just like
Beyonce is Blue Ivy looking over that banister at us
that
every day.
is
Like
it.
peasants,
I mean, you'll
you're
see me
lucky
when
that
I
I'm
go on
gracing you
tour.
on my internet.
I mean, that's
You heard what she said.
I mean,
She break the internet, and I'm
Beyonce's
top. What she
internet.
say? I'm top two, and I ain't number two.
Listen, we don't say Al Gore's internet anymore. It is Beyonce's internet.
It has
Hello.
become
It has
Beyonce's.
become shout out to Al Gore because you did your thing back in the day. You got us here, but it's Beyonce's now, boo. So, and somebody else said Halle Berry. I said, oh, another black woman. I don't know. And this was
I
just
don't blame them, and that's what it
yeah.
should be. Everybody who except stop, don't pay that money.
No, don't pay that money.
I don't care if it is only $5 or $14.99 or however much it costs.
Yeah,
Don't pay it.
because that ain't even a quarter of a cent to them. So it's like
Yeah, because that's not the point. The
exactly. Thank
point
you.
is like, how dare you?
Mm-hmm.
How dare you come in? This show you just how people who are so uninformed in management
Mm-hmm.
come in and try to take something over and they destroy it.
Just because you got money doesn't mean that you know what you're doing when it comes to running shit.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, astronauts, don't y'all go on these
I
rockets.
mean, did y'all?
They're making me believe that I'm starting to believe the conspiracy theorists and think that the America didn't ever go to the
I
moon. I
mean,
don't know.
because you got this dude who has these. I mean, first of all, his cars are raggedy as hell. So you're going to trust him to create these spaceships and everything like that to take you into another dimension.
But why hasn't America, like, I need somebody to tell me, don't let the people come to my door though, Jesus. I don't want that. But why hasn't somebody put with all the technology and y'all telling me that Catherine did the math by hand
Baby.
and sent a spaceship to the moon, orbited the world? And you are telling me that in 2023, y'all can't get no rocket off the ground?
Because
It don't even shoot up. Now y'all be sending them little drone things, so y'all say.
right, right.
But we are talking about manned
Mhm.
with people inside.
I mean, when people still
Why
like
is it taking so long?
listen, I mean, the Challenger, the Columbia, I mean, those were more recent. Those were in our lifetime and those spaceships blew up
Blew up.
I mean, and they had people, they had the astronauts who were like true astronauts. I mean, these were like I mean, just the things that they accomplished in their lives, you know, and then you had people who were working at NASA who were I'm not going to put them on Miss Catherine's level because no, but you know they still had that. They were still doing things by hand. They were still actually doing things. Everything wasn't done by a machine or whatever, you know, to try to figure it out, or just not half-ass doing stuff, which you know is what they're doing now. So
And
it's
it's scary
it
because with as
is.
sorry as these people are in the world, as sorry as
Mm-hmm.
these people are at work.
Listen,
Oh my God.
child. But yeah, don't
We
pay
in
the
trouble.
five. Yeah, we are completely in trouble, but don't pay the five. It ain't. I mean, you know, and I just wonder how long it's going to take because a lot of celebrities, like I remember when Elon Musk took over, a lot of them were saying that they were going to cancel their Twitter, but a lot of
I
them are
jumped
still
off
there.
immediately.
I mean, listen, I was just like, you doing what? Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. You doing too much. You doing too much for a damn social media platform. So what are you trying to turn this? Well, we know what
Right.
he's trying to turn it into. So it's just just another
That's my
money grab.
point.
Yeah, I mean it's a money grab for him. It's a power trip. So, but you know, for us, for years, Twitter was a communication thing. You know, you were able to communicate with. I mean, it was like one of the first open ones that we were able to communicate with celebrities, or we were able to, you know, communicate even if it was just a few words
Directly. Yeah.
directly with people. You know, I mean,
And I'm
because
gonna tell you, it works though.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
when I have had issues like with shipped with my
mm-hmm.
grocery delivery service at the
Oh
time,
yeah,
I used to tweet them.
mm-hmm.
Like when stuff would go wrong, they would tweet me back
Oh
immediately.
yeah, I've tweeted
I
so
would
many
tweet
companies.
and they would get right back to me. They would credit
Mm-hmm.
my account. Like it was quick.
Yeah.
But I had got rid of my Twitter and recently had an issue with them. I canceled my whole membership and went to Instacart
It wasn't the same
because I felt
because
like
yeah.
I was expressing, that there were issues. I expressed it in the app and
Mm-hmm.
there was no response. I canceled that whole membership and went to Instacart.
Oh yeah, because Twitter they were right on it because they knew everybody was
Yeah,
going to you. That's where the hashtag came from. You added them and hashtag them. Shit,
I
everybody was
sure
going to see that
did.
shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, girl, but
yep,
yeah, that's
I sure
crazy.
did.
Yeah, but
It
so
had its usefulness,
oh
but
yeah.
a couple years ago, maybe I don't know, but right before he took over,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Twitter was like full of like pornography.
Oh yeah,
I was
because
like,
remember
what's happening
yeah,
here?
because remember Instagram was like the pornography capital. You know, that's where people remember they had
Was
what
it?
they had something like Friday or something like that where it was something like where
Oh, like the eggplant day or something?
something
I
like
do
that.
think I remember that going on
Yeah,
Instagram a
yeah.
long time ago.
And then Twitter shut that I mean not Twitter, Instagram shut it down, even though I'm sure there still are some people on there that get away with stuff. But for the most part, they shut it down and everybody went to Twitter.
Oh
And
yeah,
Twitter
it
had a
gets
whole
crazy on
sect.
there.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like it was pretty much like a free OnlyFans to an extent. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
So yeah.
and then that's when I was kind of like, I heard people saying it on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like, what are they talking about? Like, I'm so I typed the whole post out today,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at it. Then I thought about people interacting with it, and I just
Listen,
deleted it.
yeah,
It
because
wasn't worth it.
sometimes it ain't worth it. It's
It
like it'd
was,
be,
and it wasn't like anything bad. It was
but
just like,
but
have
it's
you
just
guys
how
noticed
people.
that the groceries, like prices have dropped?
Mm,
Like I've noticed it. I think I noticed it a little bit last week, but this week when I went grocery shopping, I really noticed it when I was ordering my
mm,
groceries. Like eggs was almost $5. They're like
shut
three dollars
up.
and 29 cents now.
Shut the
Like
hell
stuff has
up.
really dropped. I ordered something last month from Amazon that
Mm-hmm.
was almost $50. I ordered it um yes, it was $50, I think. I ordered it yesterday, today, this morning. It'll be here tomorrow. It was only $39.99. And I'm like, is prices coming down?
Mm.
Prices is coming down.
See, and I haven't like really done. I've picked up a couple things here and there, and maybe just because I'm just used to pay, just like getting it and just be like, whatever. I just gotta, I need it, so I gotta pay for it. I
Mhm,
hadn't
yeah,
paid attention, but I hadn't done any major grocery shopping like probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So,
yeah.
oh,
I feel like
okay,
I got a lot of groceries this week for 160 some dollars.
child, listen.
Like I think I got enough. I'm almost positive I got enough meals
Mm-hmm.
for 5 days because
Yeah,
we had, yeah, and even something for us to cook on Friday. And normally we always order out on Friday.
right.
But I made enough stuff yesterday. It was enchiladas. I made 2 pans. I made
Yes.
enough for us to eat it yesterday and warm it up and eat it today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds good. I haven't made
And
enchiladas in a
dinner
long
for
time.
tomorrow that we'll have some left for Monday
Mm-hmm.
and something for Tuesday and Wednesday. So like I got enough food for us to have dinner for the whole week. And it was
Yeah.
$150.
See,
So
that's crazy
I
because you
mean,
could get.
if think prices is coming down.
Okay, well that's good to
I heard
know.
somebody say it, but I was like,
Because,
is they and I kind of thought when they said it, like, are they
hmm
talking about us? What are you talking about in America?
right?
And then I noticed it this week, like, oh, that food was only $160. Like, oh Lord,
Okay.
I remember when I used to spend $120 at the grocery store every week, and I used to feel like that was so much money.
Oh
Like,
my goodness. I
oh
used to
my
be so, and it
God.
was just me. Like I would spend like about, I would go to the grocery store like every payday or that weekend or whatever,
Hmm.
and just re up on what I needed, whatever, just in between my big shopping that I would do like maybe every 2 months or something like that. But
Hmm.
just in those little trips, every other week or whatever, I was spending like $70, $80, and this was like 10 years ago.
Girl, oh yeah, 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 definitely. But
Yeah,
I'm
and
talking
I
about
was
here
passing out.
recently, like, what's this year, 23?
Mhm.
And like 21. I was spending $120 every week on groceries.
See what I'm
And I
saying?
was getting a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh girl, just go on and ring it up.
Mhm.
Whatever.
That's what I
Ain't
was
nothing
saying.
you
Like
can
I
do
didn't even
about it.
yeah, I didn't even realize if the prices dropped or not because I bought, like milk and eggs and things for dinner, whatever, like little meals here and there. But like I said, I hadn't done any major shopping, like my big shopping.
That's why I don't be paying attention when people talk about gas. Dude, y'all didn't live through George Bush, did you?
Listen, I mean, if
The
you just
gas was $4.29 damn
listen,
cents.
I mean,
Y'all act like I don't remember. I was driving. We was old enough to remember that.
right. I mean, we were old enough to remember. Now, I know some people older than us going to be like, well, I remember when it was so and so. But when I first
Right.
started driving, I would fill up my little Cavalier every Friday for $10, and I would be good until the next Friday.
Listen,
And that,
gas was 79 cents a gallon,
listen,
99 cents a
I
gallon.
would throw a 10 down, and my Cavalier would be good for a week and maybe a day or two after that. And that was all the ripping and running that we did, when we were in high school.
Oh, baby, because we was some road warriors.
Gone. Didn't have nothing to do, but we had stuff to do.
I was telling a story to Ronnie, and I was like, thinking, like, man, the parent I am, like, my mother was not, she was a lot more lenient
Hmm.
than me.
But it's the time.
Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
thing because I
And
I,
I was
I
just
get where
more
you're going.
adult. I would think I was more adult
Hmm.
than. more of an adult than Sade
Yeah,
is.
but and
You know.
let me say this because and it's funny because that video I posted the other day where that lady was coming at the little girl who was talking about you over 40 Bs or whatever, and then our Gen X's had to read her.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And there've been some other videos where she got read by our crew, but I mean she said it all right there. It was like we raised ourselves, and we've talked about this on the
Yep,
podcast. We
yep,
were, I mean, I was calling in and setting up cable appointments, and like when something was wrong with the cable or
yep,
going, when I started driving, I was going to pay bills, for my mom and
yep,
stepdad, because they were at work all day, I mean,
yep.
so we were doing that. We were home by ourselves. We had a specific set of rules we knew to do while we were home by ourselves before we could do
Yep.
what we wanted to do. And not saying that we didn't have worries, not saying that things didn't happen to, during our generation, like bad things to kids or just whatever,
Right.
but we knew how to protect ourselves.
Right.
We knew how to take care of ourselves because
Right.
our parents came from that.
We weren't stupid. Can we just
Just
call a thing a
we were
thing? We were not stupid. These kids are dumb.
they are. See, I
Especially
was trying to
on
really get
they
technical, but
they
yeah.
don't have it's and not I'm not talking about book smarts. They don't have any common sense.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a clear example. One year, this was probably about 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Shadi had a laptop, and I was like, "You need to clean that laptop.
Oh
Like, you need to
boy.
get it in between those keys, and you need to clean it out."
Mhm.
She took every key off the laptop and proceeded to put them back on. And I said, "You took off all the keys?"
You said clean in
She
between
was
them.
like, "Yes." I said, she was, because so I, first of all, I don't even know this. I guess when you take these little keys off, it's not just this key that you see. There's a little thing under there that
Yeah, the
attaches to
sensor
the
or
key that
whatever.
you see. Right. So she said, and I lost the little, she wanted one of the sensors. I don't
Oh
something happened to
Lord.
it. And she was like, I don't know what happened to it. And see, this is where they got life fucked up. And this is why God is watching over me and I'm not in prison. Because then she proceeds to say, I said, you do know that they make air in a can so you can just spray it and all the stuff blows out. Air in a can, what's that? And that's how she's little bitch. What?
Not look
I
at you
said,
like
see,
you crazy and talk to you like what?
I said, see, this is why you ask people stuff, but y'all think y'all know every
That part.
fucking thing. Yeah, they make an instrument for that, and you just spray it, and all the stuff that's under there blows out.
Listen, I get two of those things at Sam's Club or at Costco every time I run out, I
Just
get two.
know that she asked me for a new laptop. She doesn't
Oh,
have one
still to this day.
to this day. Like, what the fuck? That be the thing that blow my mind.
And the thing, like you said, she's so book smart, but these kids, they just
3.91 GPA. She damn near has a 4.0. That is her
listen,
cum, not just her
listen
GPA for the
for the
quarter.
quarter, right?
That is her cumulative GPA.
Child, but
She is
proceeded.
the valedictorian. Like for next year,
Yes.
she is the valedictorian. They said
Oh.
the lady is so excited at the school because she's like, we haven't had a real honor student in so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's a valedictorian and salutatorian.
Yep.
Two black girls.
Mm-hmm.
She's the valedictorian when she graduates next year.
Right.
And she took every key off of that laptop. It's the common sense that lacks for me.
That's what it is.
It just it drives me insane.
Yeah.
And
And
if you're going to parent these children in this day and age,
mm-hmm.
you gonna have to have a prayer
Oh,
life
listen.
because
I mean, I already have my five, well now six, well five, yeah, he's five, and my other niece is seven. I already have them telling me I'm wrong about things
oh my god.
just because they're learning it, and and they still don't have a full concept of it, but they think that
And
they know
you
stuff.
have to be, you really have to be like
Girl.
I don't want to cuss you out.
Listen,
Like
cause you
that's the mindset that I live in.
yeah.
I told my mother the other day, I be trying not to cuss her out the way you cuss me out. And my mother laughed. She said, she better be glad.
Okay.
It frustrates me to no end. But I know every parent feels that. I know every godparent, grandparent, auntie, everybody who's raising a kid,
Mhm.
especially a teenager. Oh
Child.
Lord, I pray blessings over your life.
It's,
Grace, mercy.
and I have a love-hate relationship with these teenagers because I love them to death. You know, they're babies. You know, I don't like them. And then, but the love part comes in where they get people together when they need, even, I mean, they do a little bit much, don't get me wrong, but people who they truly need to get together, they do, and they don't think twice about it. It's just
Let me
like,
tell you this, I still don't like them because I feel like as a child, you ain't got no right to get nobody together. You barely wiping your ass good. I don't like them. Like that shit that little girl pulled with that cell phone at that school. Baby, let me tell you something.
well, let me be more specific. Even though, okay, because this is still going to sound horrible, so I'm not even going to elaborate on it anymore, but let me say this. Yes, they don't need, let me clarify, they don't need to be getting people
No,
together because they are children. But sometimes there are people out there who, now we wanted to get together, but we had a certain, like, say,
we have respect.
we had
No, I'm
respect.
still not going to agree to it
No,
because
I'm not.
these children don't have any respect for
Oh, no, 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 no,
anybody.
no. They don't have respect for anybody. No. But in some instances, I am kind of glad that they are a little bit more vocal and a little bit more aggressive in a sense than we were. And I just say that because you do have adults who will take advantage. So it's like, just like, for instance, and even college kids, they're still young. You know, college is still young. You're still learning, you're still growing. But they're trying to stop, like, certain college campuses, especially in Florida, of course, where they're trying to stop kids, they're trying to restrict their voting
Hmm.
on college campuses because they know that their time is limited because these kids that are coming up now aren't taking that shit. Maybe that's what I should say.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so those are two different things though.
Yeah. So
That is
that
an
may be
act
where
of
I'm going at. Yeah,
protest.
that's more of where
So
I'm
that
going
is
at.
not like direct interaction with an adult
Right, right, right. So
or
that's
with,
mainly where I was
I'm
going.
talking about direct interaction with an adult
Oh no, no.
person.
Now,
I want you to shut up. I want
yeah.
kids to be quiet.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's where should have been specific. That's where
Kids
I was
are
going.
out of line.
Oh,
And I
completely.
saw so many parents. Do you know how many people I snoozed and unfriended on Facebook when I saw parents going along with that little girl putting her hands on a grown person?
Oh, yeah, yeah, done.
I
Yeah, I'm just
snoozed
like,
so many people because my friend, my best friend Brittany
mm-hmm.
is an administrator.
Right.
And the problem that I had right here was not even before you even got to the lady's desk.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you even stood up.
That hello.
Because in our eyes, standing up and then moving toward me as an adult, as a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
that is a challenge.
Listen,
That is you directly challenging my authority.
yeah,
And it's
it's
disrespectful.
disrespectful. But then when I
And
treat you like
please,
an
this
adult,
need to be a cut.
yeah.
Because parents, stop pretending like your kids ain't bad.
I mean,
Stop pretending like your kids are not disrespectful. You let your kids talk back to you.
mm-hmm.
So when the school call you and tell you that your daughter that got her face mashed in the floor because she had the nerve to swing on a teacher, please
Exactly.
do not act surprised.
Right.
And please do not give that teacher no grief because you know your daughter be at home talking crazy to you.
And you think the shit's cute.
And you don't tell her, you don't knock her in the floor.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these
See,
parents are scared of their kids.
and
And I just can't, I can't
the
comprehend that.
the thing, and I don't even want to say parents afraid of children,
Mm-hmm.
but my question is, why aren't your children afraid of you?
That part.
Because remember, they don't have, and let me say the Bible word, they don't have any reverence for
Mm,
you,
mm-mm.
because reverence is a, like we say, we fear God, but not the fear where you're scared of God, where you
Right.
have a reverence, a respect for God. So
Mm-hmm.
why don't your kids have any reverence for you?
Exactly.
That is what is disturbing about these children.
Mm-hmm.
You actually let them leave the house, and you don't tell them when they go into the school, if they call me, I'm gonna break your damn neck.
I mean, that part.
You better go in there. Listen, every day when Sade was little and Nana took her to school, she would tell her, I bring you up here to get education. And she said, I bring you up
Okay.
here to get education.
That right there.
Keep your eye on the books.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me come up here. She knew what that meant.
Yep.
And she went in school, and there hasn't been a day. I'm gonna tell you this. From I don't know if we let the girl watch real TV till she got in about the third
I
grade.
remember you saying that, like she just read.
Like, the fact that y'all send your children into the school and you don't talk to them about education being important, about
Mm-hmm.
respecting the teachers being important. Imagine if we stood up in Miss Adair's
Sh-
class.
Listen.
Imagine if we stood up to Miss Dorsey.
Ooh.
Imagine. And this how you know these new kids bad, because
Mm-hmm.
if you would have stood up in Miss Adair's class, one of us would have jumped on you.
That yeah. So it wouldn't even get you wouldn't even got to her desk.
Are you crazy?
Right.
I would have knocked you down.
Ch-
Like, I liked her.
Yeah.
She gave me a hard time, but this she was like a grandma to us.
Exactly. And you knew her hard
Like,
time was coming from a good place because look, we still talking about her today.
I mean, you got to be serious. Now, as a 40-year-old person, I can't wait to have the life she has. Buy you a
Mm-hmm.
big house on Franklin Park,
Okay.
renovating property. Like, that she lived the life that we all want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the way y'all raising y'all kids, it is disheartening
But check
and
this.
it's shameful.
But it's funny that you bring that up because I saw a meme either last night or this morning, and it said, first of all, I was a little pissed off because the first line, but it said, "Those of y'all born in the 1900s," that pissed me off right there. But then I continued to read, but it basically said, "Those of y'all born in the 1900s, did y'all get up and step to your teachers?" That's not exactly what it said, but it was on that order. And it's funny that you're bringing that up today, but it was just like, or is this something new? Because it's
Maybe
just
it's
like
something new.
it's something new, and
And you
we've
know
talked
what
about
really make it
why.
sad? What really make it sad is that the kids that's doing it now
Mm-hmm.
is the kids is our friends' kids.
That's the thing that gets me, and I'm just like, we all grew up together. What is your problem? You know
It's the
better.
people that's our age kids or who may be a few years younger than us.
Mm-hmm.
And we know y'all want, but they're raising from 70 to 80. I ain't even gonna say 70. I'm gonna go all the way back to like 55 to
Mm-hmm.
80 is not the raising that they got from 90 and on.
Right.
That 10-year gap, yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
10 years
That
is
did.
a
It
completely
did
different,
something.
it did something,
It
because
was like a
them
shift
people,
somewhere.
yes, they let their kids do anything. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't popping these kids, it ain't nothing.
Right.
I mean, the countless kids that's calling in threats to the school,
I
bringing guns to the
mean,
school. They just arrested 7 girls at a high school here in Dayton for a brawl, and all 7 of them girls got arrested. And
see.
one of them was in there spraying pepper spray.
Oh, okay.
Black girls.
Okay. I mean, it's
Oh, I mean, the parents, when you send them out the door, what are you saying?
nothing. They're not talking to these kids.
Do y'all even say, like, So y'all don't be popping these kids.
Mm-mm. They
But my
can't.
granny say after a certain age, it's too late.
Yeah, that's true. It's just like
You
an
might as
adult. You
well.
set in your ways. I mean, you can
Yeah.
still learn things, but are you really going to change a lot of your behavior?
She said you got to get them from birth
Mm-hmm.
to about 3.
I mean, look at us.
Listen, she said after that, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
She said because now you done sat and laughed at them. You done seen them cussing when they little.
Mm-hmm.
You let them do all them dances and stuff when they little, and you laugh at them. You think it's cute. They hitting people, hitting grown people.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think it's cute. Y'all laugh when they do it.
Yeah.
You don't chastise them. So then when they grow up and they 5 and 6 and they in school, can barely read, acting all crazy, disrupting class,
Mm-hmm.
you let them do it at home. So,
So of course, when
whew,
they go out in public, I mean, they don't have any respect for home. They're not going to have any respect for anyone
no.
else.
I think the way kids act at school, the disrespectful manner that they carry on at school is a clear indication of how they act at home.
Oh yeah.
You will be you. You can't convince me
You
otherwise,
can't say, "Oh, they don't act like this at home. They don't do that at home." Come on now.
girl.
Yeah.
I'm just that really watching grown people agree and say like, oh, I look. Somebody sent me a message and said the teacher should have just gave the girl the phone back.
Oh,
I didn't respond.
they no need to.
I didn't respond
There's no
because
because I
with
wouldn't have
you,
either.
I'm a person that I understand when I realize that somebody and I have a difference of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I don't rock the boat.
Oh yeah, I don't go back and forth anymore. I
I
don't.
just
I
say,
stopped
"Oh,
doing that.
okay."
Yeah,
I gave him a thumbs up. As a matter of fact,
that's worse than a response.
I gave him a thumbs up. Like, ow, listen,
Okay. I mean, silence hurts worse because they wanted to
people.
go back and forth. That's what it was, and I'm
Yeah,
not
they
giving you
wanted
that.
my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
because this person and I, we have a pretty good like dialogue back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. And they will send me stuff and say like, "What do you think about this?" or "What do you think about that?" Well, I think this, and we have like calm conversation. So when they
Mm-hmm.
sent me that message, I was just like, because I think I've gauged at this age who really wants your opinion and who don't, or
Right.
who's really like wants the, and not to say this person is that way,
Mm-hmm.
that they have this personality, but some people want the back and forth.
Right.
I don't have it
I'm
anymore.
not. I can't.
I
Yeah.
sold it all in 1998. I gave it up. So
There's
I
there's
left it right there.
there is that.
I left it at 3245 Oak Spring Street. I don't have it anymore.
Come on,
Sorry.
address. Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
tired.
yeah. It's
I'm
enough's
tired. I left
enough.
it there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even dignify with a response anymore.
No.
Just because you want that reaction. You want and it's fine. Like if you want my input on something, but I mean, it's just like I'm not. If I know where it's going to go, I'm not even going to dignify it with a response. I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
So
what's next?
next girl. Okay. So I wasn't going to talk about this, but I
Uh-oh.
had to because Marcus Houston. Are you aware of what's going on with him lately?
Okay, so before he did the interview,
Mm-hmm.
I had heard the story.
Right.
And I have read a couple of pieces on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And um the thing that really struck me is I think the whole thing about the girl being missing.
Mm-hmm.
And was she 13? I think it said.
Something like she was
She
very
was
young.
13. She was
Yeah.
very young. And that all this time, like people were saying, like, oh, she's missing, she's missing. They were actively looking for her. Then all of a sudden, at her legal age, when she's considered legal, she pops up at what, 17 or 18. And then
Mm-hmm.
people start seeing her in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what is she, 20?
20 or 21 now. Yeah.
And then what, at 19, she pops up in a relationship with him.
Mm-hmm. And married.
20, they're married.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have a baby.
Yep.
And then he goes on to say that he wanted someone younger
Mhm.
because they don't come with a lot of baggage, it just gives I'm gonna just start calling y'all out, okay?
Yeah, that's
It
it.
gives me pedophile vibes,
Because
and I'm gonna call you out if you're a woman or if you're a man.
exactly, because there's a lot of that going on.
Yes.
And the thing that really struck me is like when I found out the whole story about, her being missing and everything like that. And
Mhm.
not only just with possibly allegedly this girl, could have been someone who you knew from that age or whatever. We're just going to throw that out there because that's
Right,
what it's looking like. I mean, but not saying
right.
it's truth, but that's what it's looking like from her story.
Mhm.
But
Right,
you have a history. You and your cousin, Chris Stokes, we're going to say his name, have a history of grooming, alleged history of being accused of grooming young
right.
boys and I mean, and obviously girls, if this is true, what people are putting together with their story. But you're not looking good on this. And then you're going to come and start disrespecting the women who have been your fan from day one, saying that they have baggage,
Right.
and that you wanted someone young. We
So
know
he
why you
doesn't
wanted
have any
someone young.
children?
I don't think so. No, I don't. Obviously not. I don't believe, but because I think that
So
this was
he's
his first child.
definitely a pedophile.
Yeah, I mean, let's just call it like you said. We're
Because if
just
you
calling
don't
shit
have
out.
any children, that leads me to believe that you've been sexually intimate with that little girl for a long time.
Mm.
Oh wow, that's sick.
It is, and it's just like, but
And
I'm.
that's probably why you don't have any
Mm-hmm.
kids, because you knew that if she popped up pregnant, that would be a whole mess.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause they'd be like, okay, really, where did she come? First of all, where did this baby come from, and where's the mama? Oh, she's
Right.
only 15 or 16 years. Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's why it's just like, when you see, and that's the thing people need to realize. And yeah, Marcus Houston comes from the old school. He's our age,
Right.
so he comes from a different time. And let's keep it real, he hasn't really had that much publicity or anything since this
Are they
marriage.
Jehovah's Witness?
I think
Did I hear
so.
that too?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was. Yeah, I remember. Yep, he was. I forgot
They're
about
witnesses,
that, but
right?
yep. So I mean, that's a whole nother topic, But
Baby, that is a whole nother
listen,
thing.
yeah,
And
but
it makes it more understandable to me now.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just like there's just too much coming in with your story that just doesn't look right in your background. And you knew, and maybe you didn't, but you should have
You
made,
did.
yeah, you knew that people were going to start digging and people were going to start, looking at you more. And I mean, you've already had allegations about you in the past. So it's
What kind
like,
of allegation?
oh, he was involved. His name was being brought up along with what the hell's his name? The one from
Rasby,
yeah,
when he was going
Rasby
off?
and his brother and who was the one that got killed in the car accident? Quentin Tarver.
Oh,
They
God.
all were coming out speaking against not only Chris Stokes but Marcus Houston. They were coming out saying that these two were the leaders. You
Oh,
know,
I can believe it.
yeah,
I believe it.
yeah. So, I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says about Rasby. Yeah, he's crazy as hell, but I believe him. The same way with
Yeah.
Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown got his issues about things that he says and does, but y'all need to stop. Y'all need to start listening to these people that y'all are so
Yeah.
quick to you throw away because they speak the damn truth.
And let me just say this, like, I just want people to think about it in a different way.
Hmm.
When people have been, because sometimes we tend to discredit people because they look chaotic,
Right.
or their information may seem chaotic, or,
Hmm.
oh, but he crazy.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, when somebody has experienced some type of trauma, when
Hmm.
they have been abused, when they have been assaulted sexually, most of them do tend to run to drugs.
Right.
They
Exactly.
do take in some type of substance.
Hmm.
And that substance is what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So y'all don't judge them in their drunken or their high state. They're
Mhm.
probably using those drugs to
Mhm.
comfort themselves. I mean, and I think we all can say that Whitney Houston is a great example of that.
Yeah.
I recently just watched a video. Um, I think I sent it to you too.
I
Of
remember. Yeah.
an older woman explaining how Whitney used to hang out at their house all the time.
Mhm.
And the day that Whitney told her, they called her Nippy, the
Mhm.
day that Nippy told her that she was being sexually abused.
Mhm.
And when she told her that it was Dionne Warwick's sister. And the lady said, I think that is one of the reasons why she always struggled in her, in her sexuality and the things that she
Mhm.
was going through. And it's why she wanted a family so bad,
Right.
because she just didn't, she said she sat there with me at that time and said, like, but why did she do that to me?
Mhm.
Like, did I do something to make her think that that was okay? And that is the one thing that I want to fight people who do that to kids, because
Mhm.
you don't understand how you mess up their thought process.
The lingering effects
Yes,
for the
you
rest of
have
their
you
life.
really have a child. We're
Mhm.
talking about a child believing that they did something
Mhm.
to make a grown
What
adult
did I do
feel
wrong?
like they wanted them sexually.
And then you have some adults, like even their parents. And I'm not saying this happened in
Yes,
Whitney's
yes.
situation,
And
but
parents will
parents
blame, yes.
will
And
blame the
parents
child,
will hear that this happened to their
especially if it's
kid,
a girl.
and yes, and blame the child.
Mhm.
Like, I had somebody say that to me, like, you know, oh, that they're, and this is how they explained it, like, oh, my first sexual experience, I was 8,
See.
and the guy was 15, and he was a guy.
Mhm.
And he said, but what if the kid, well, what if the 8-year-old wanted? I said, let me tell you
You
something.
know,
There is no way that when you were 8, you did anything to make someone who's 15, almost 16 years old, believe that you wanted to be intimate with them.
thank you.
Do not put that on yourself.
And
You
that
didn't do that.
and I mean, and that just takes me back to even someone who's older, a rape victim. Saying, "Oh,
Yes.
well, she was dressed a certain way, or he was dressed a certain, just they were dressed a
Mhm.
certain way, or they danced with me, or I bought them a drink, so basically you felt like you were owed that. It's the
Right.
same thing. It's just like there's no way. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. I don't
Mhm.
care if the girl or boy was underage. Period. If someone,
Right.
if someone,
Oh, absolutely.
you
If you
know,
are underage, you have
yeah,
done
nothing,
nothing to make
nothing.
a grown person. Like, we're talking about, Nippy was a child.
Yeah. And we see what that did to her. I mean, look, she's not with us now.
She struggled for her whole life with
Mhm.
that.
Yep. So not only was she dealing with her, the abuse, then her sexuality, and on top of that, drug abuse that could have possibly just been caused
It
from
ruined her
it ruined
life.
her life. Yep.
That abuse ruined her
And
life
just think, and she's
because that abuse led her to drugs.
mhm.
Drugs at a young
Yep.
age. Because remember, she was getting abused, and then she followed behind her brothers,
Mhm.
and she started getting high.
Yep.
True, back then they were only smoking pot or smoking
Mhm.
marijuana, but I don't care what people say. And I know a lot of y'all smoking weed, and y'all gonna be like, I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't smoke weed. That is a gateway drug.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this: in 2023, you are not smoking marijuana from 1980.
Oh no. Uh-uh.
I'm just telling
And
you.
the true potheads will tell you that too. Like, this ain't the same shit. this ain't it.
Weed don't even smell the same.
Mm-mm. Nope. They got
And it's gummy in a ball.
yeah, I mean, and they got so many different variations and everything. You think that they're not adding chemicals and all this other stuff to something that was supposed to be so natural? But come on now. Yeah,
That's
so
why you go from smoking weed to primos,
mm-hmm.
primos to pills,
Mm-hmm.
to pills, to crack. You
Mm-hmm.
smoke anything after that,
Yeah, because you're
it's
trying to
still
chase that
crackhead too in
original high that you got.
2023.
I
Let me
mean,
keep telling
listen.
you,
I
it's
mean,
still
it's
crackheads.
still crackheads. Yeah. I mean, we see them. I mean, let's keep. I mean, they're out there. You
It's
know what
still
I mean?
crackheads.
Yeah.
Because I know people be like, dude, people don't even smoke crack. People still smoking crack.
Shit. You know how many functional crackheads there are out here? Quote
You know how many
unquote functional.
crackhead clients?
I mean, listen.
Crack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Crack rock.
Mm-hmm.
Crack.
Ciao.
Been smoking since the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. They out there.
Yeah, completely.
And
And there's that.
what, did you have another topic?
I did, and this one shouldn't take long. This is kind of funny. We'll end it on this note, but you sent me a video the other day, and I was just cracking up because I went down a rabbit hole.
Uh-oh.
It was the one where there were two women, and they were doing a podcast, but it was a video podcast, so you could see, you could
The two
actually.
white women?
No, 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 not that one. That one was
Oh.
funny as hell because girlfriend was. I mean, I watched that like 5 or 6 times because she was so serious. And I might have to post that because it was funny.
Yes.
But no, I'm talking about the one with the black girls. And asked her, I can't even remember what the question was because I was just so thrown off. But it was like, but the guy came on. It was like one of those, what do you call them when you react to the video, but you're in the video or whatever.
Right.
And he came on and he said, basically, he was saying in so many words, everyone doesn't need a podcast because he was saying, I'm not racist, but if you work at an electronics store and you see a black person coming in for
don't sell it to
don't
them.
sell for podcasting
Don't
equipment.
sell them podcasting equipment.
Girl.
What did she say?
I can't even remember, and I should have wrote it down but it was something about a guy. Like, what do you look for in a guy, or some kind of? People gonna be pissed, but I can't remember.
What do you look for in a mate?
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't want to date. I'm not going to date a guy. Oh, because she was saying it shouldn't, like, looks shouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
But you date a guy who didn't have a lot of money, but he treated you good.
There you go.
She said, I'm not going to date a guy who doesn't have any money, basically. And he said, don't sell black people podcasts when you see them come in.
Okay.
It has gotten to that point, I think.
It has gotten, and the thing, like I tell people, I know so many people. I mean, look at us. I said anyone can do a podcast. You can do podcasts on your cell phone. You don't need equipment. Anybody can do a damn podcast. YouTube now, I switched our because now YouTube has it where you can specify that you're doing a podcast because I post our podcast on my YouTube page.
Oh,
so
share it from there.
Yeah. So I can share from there, and it'll take you back to Spreaker, which is the platform that we use to. So like I tell people, anyone can do it. Like I have people coming to me all the time, like I want to do a podcast, I want to do and I'm like, go for it because anyone can do a damn podcast. And the question is, does everyone need to do a podcast?
Right. What are you talking about? Are you uplifting people? Are you saying bullcrap?
Because that was bullcrap.
What exactly are you talking about? And I'm sitting here thinking about what she said. So it's like, do you date a man who doesn't have any money? I don't know about that. It depends on your age, I think.
Yeah.
I think we say those things, but I think it depends on your age.
And I will never forget this. I was listening to, this was when internet radio was real big. And I used to listen to, I can't remember his name, but he was like a famous radio DJ, but he ended up doing internet radio after he was laid off like years ago. But anyway, he would have celebrities come on there. And this was probably like about 2007, 2008 when I remember listening to this. And I can't remember if it was Terry from En Vogue or it was like someone who was like well established, and had been in the business for a long time. I want to say it was her. But he asked her, would she date? Because she's single, she's never been married, and so he was just like, would you date someone who was like a struggling actor or didn't have the money that you have and everything like that? And she said, yeah. she was just like,
Mhm.
yeah, she was like, but you have to be bringing something to the table as well. She was like, I'm touring the world, but if you're bringing something to the table and, and I know that you love me and everything, going, like I know it's real. She was like, I don't care if you're working a 9 to 5. I don't care about that. She was, but, and she's old school, Terry's older than us. So maybe that's a different mindset.
Oh yeah, she is because I remember her debut album was called like Southern Girl. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah, and
is
she's a
very like
she's a
old school
true
in her
Southern.
traditions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's from Houston, Texas, so she's a true Southern girl. Even her best friend Holly Robinson Pete calls her the most country girl she's ever seen, or something like that. So
Yeah.
that might be a little different coming from her, but someone that was in her position, and who she's been and who's how famous she is. For her to say that, I think was huge because a lot of people need to hear that. But then you have like some regular chick,
The hood
the
rats.
hood
Go
rats,
ahead. Say it. The
saying,
hood rats.
yeah, say basically like, no, you have to have this, that, and the
You
other.
gotta have this. Girl,
Yeah.
because let me tell you my dream. I'm gonna just be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a man. I know people be like, "Does she even got a man?" I got a man. I had a man for 10 years,
For
but
10
don't
years,
blame
okay.
no picture. But my true dream would be to me in my head. This seems like a really comfortable relationship. What I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to like have a lot of money personally.
Oh
Like
yeah.
me, I
Mm-hmm.
want the money.
Right.
Like I would love to have not necessarily quote unquote an empire, but
Mm-hmm.
just be wealthy.
Right.
And I want my man to be like a janitor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just a regular dude. A
Mm-hmm.
janitor who kind of like go to the gym, come home, just a normal guy.
Yeah.
He might have a little cleaning company. He might hustle a couple of cleaning contracts on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like he ain't really making a lot of noise.
Right.
He ain't even got to be like he ain't got to make a lot of money.
No.
Because to me that feels comfortable. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it would be right. Like
Mm-hmm.
as long as he was a good man, you
And that's what
know,
Terry was saying. And I know other
like
people feel that
that
way
would feel
too.
good to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
that to me wouldn't matter. Like
Right.
if I made six figures,
Mm-hmm.
even even if I made six figures, and my man was like the janitor at the school,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't care.
No, because it's so much bigger to that, and that shows people
Yeah,
like
if he was a
her.
good man, like if he was
Yeah.
like affectionate and if he was
Mm-hmm.
like kind and he was, all those things and he bought flowers and
Mm-hmm.
baby,
You had to be
I
showing some
wouldn't care
kind of
about none of that
effort.
shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like because you can, be like you said, I can be making 6 7 figures, and you be,
Yeah.
and he's a janitor or whatever, or he just works like, in the office, or he's a garbage man, whatever, just a, a regular smuggler
Yes, he could
dude.
be a garbage man, but I want him to have a hands-on job. I don't want you to be no office dude. Like I'm not really. That really ain't moving me. Like,
I'm just speaking metaphorically,
yeah,
just
yeah,
yeah.
not no
Yeah.
office guy. They trying to think they cute, and I don't really get into thinking you cute kind of guys.
Oh, and don't forget
If
about
he,
the office wives and things like that. But that's a whole nother subject. I've seen that
yeah,
firsthand.
I don't like
Yeah,
them.
but so,
It just don't do it. It just don't be right.
right,
Like
right. But
they be
it's
the ones that everybody face at the office. They be in everybody's
hmm
cubicle.
and
How
especially when
you
they know he got a
like?
woman, they know he got a woman, so they
No,
just like
I'm gonna tell you something. My niece worked at this place,
mm-hmm,
and she worked with this dude, and I was like, oh, I know him because I had like referred one of my clients to him, and he
mm-hmm,
had like housed one of my clients.
mm-hmm.
Um, and she was like, he's so flirty. He's so like he always coming up behind me, like
uh,
grabbing me and this and that. He got a wife.
see,
I know his wife personally.
see, those be the
I
ones.
never tell him that I know his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I've never told him. I went to school with him, like not high school, university.
Right.
Never told him that I know
Yeah,
his wife. And it's just sad.
it is.
It's just like y'all, the way y'all husbands be doing y'all when they be at work, it be sad.
It'd be, oh my gosh.
I told mine, let me tell you this. And listen, I'm gonna tell you two stories and then we gonna get out of here. I told him if you ever put a quarter in a vending machine for a bitch, I'll knock your head off. Don't even drop a quarter in the vending machine. So he was in line at Speedway one morning.
Oh shit.
He had left his wallet in the car.
Uh-huh.
He at the counter. And Speedway is like the trap house in the morning. Like
Okay, I mean, listen.
it's jumping.
That was my spot for
So
coffee when I used to go in the morning
yes.
sometimes. So yes.
So he getting his stuff. He was like, it's a line.
Yeah.
And he left his wallet in the car. He
Mm-hmm.
used to do that. Like he used to keep in his wallet in the ashtray, like
Mm-hmm.
and pull it out. So he gets up to the counter. He don't have his wallet. He said somebody like two people behind him. He said it was a girl he worked with, and she was like, "I pay for your stuff." He said, I looked back and was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go to the car and get my wallet." Because he fucking know.
Girl, your face came over hers real quick.
He fucking know.
Your face metamorphosed into her.
Listen, all he heard was, "You better not drop a quarter in a bit." That's what he heard. So y'all be telling these niggas.
You gotta let them
And
know.
these niggas gonna be scared to lose y'all. That's what it be.
That's the thing.
Don't you? That moment that man start taking you for granted, you better turn a couple corners, even if you ain't turning none. I'm telling you.
Because you
start leaving the house.
Because you like old girl on her little podcast talking about, he got to have some money or whatever, so he knows what you about. So, he ain't worried about losing you.
Corners. Turn them. Go outside. I don't care if you drive to McDonald's and get a Coke and sit in the parking lot. Put on a dress.
Right.
And put your face on and be like, "I'll be back."
Okay. See how that works out for you.
Stay on for 2 hours. I don't care where you go. Turn a corner and come back and get right in the shower when you come in the house.
Ooh.
Put that stank on it. Because they playing with y'all out here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be too busy on Facebook posting these subliminal messages. People just don't appreciate you. People don't care about you till you gone. Show him you can be gone.
Child, then bragging about y'all celebrating your 10-year anniversary, but that's no shade. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Go ahead. Girl. I'm just saying.
What just happened?
I mean,
I am no more good. We done.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all we got for the week. Because I ain't no more good. But I'm just saying, y'all better go out here and turn some corners.
Yeah, you gotta let them know because you see what happened with. Listen,
what that song say? When it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, please get outside.
Listen,
get outside, baby.
That's all you gotta do. Just let them know. Let them know.
Stop making them think you the best he can do. He the best you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you already know most men think that anyway, that they're their gift to you. So,
what has happened? We got to go because we need to talk about this next week. Okay. But what has happened in relationships is men have really started not just taking women for granted, but it almost feels like when a man see you at your vulnerable spot behind closed doors, like in the house, if your hair crazy or, if you sick or something, I don't know, even if you pass gas, like it feel like they just looking at you like, yuck. And they just waiting to pounce on these women.
Right.
That soon as, and then it's just the venom that come. Like that girl said, for real, y'all sleeping with the ops.
That's start right there.
And you trying to pretend like that man like you and that man really don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's showing it every day.
Girl, they ain't ready for that conversation.
My slogan is, this for real, this it right here. I also told this Negro, if you make me feel like that you don't like me, already know that I don't like you. If you make me think, you better know I got a man. Just as soon as you feel it in you, be like, damn, she got a boyfriend. That's what you better be thinking.
That better be in the back of your, not the back of your mind. That better be in the front of your mind at each time that you start acting up.
I got a man. I'm gone.
That's it.
I don't care if it's somebody I'm just gonna talk to for 25 days. Somebody gonna get my attention. I don't know, but y'all let them keep playing, y'all. God bless you.
Okay.
God bless you.
And on that note,
may God be with you. Get outside and get some sun. Put a dress on.
Listen.
Drive off. So the
Okay.
kids can be in the house like, where mama going? I don't know. She tripping.
she she
She tripping.
tripping.
She
Okay.
tripping. Then let him call your phone and put your shit on do not disturb. Put it on do
Oh.
not disturb.
Oh, he gonna be tracking next. He gonna
And
be
then
tracking.
and please turn off Find Your Friend. Please turn it off. Turn it off. When you get out the driveway, turn it off.
Okay.
And put it on do not disturb.
That's it.
And let him call it. Get 5 calls in.
Mm-hmm.
And then be like, what's up? I seen I had missed some of your calls.
Like it ain't nothing. Like you just missed one. No, you missed 5. And you just like, did I miss a call of yours? Did you call
Did
me?
you call me?
That's how you play that.
Where the fuck you at? Yeah, now it's turned up. Now it's turned up.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, now I got your attention.
Now
Okay.
I got your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Still go in the house and go straight to the shower.
That's it.
Don't even have no conversation. Just go straight to the shower.
Mm-hmm. Ask the kids, did y'all eat yet?
Don't even ask them kids nothing. He they daddy. He should have fed them.
That part. You right.
He should have fed them. And then go lay down in the bed and take a nap.
Because you are exhausted.
Listen, because I got a lot of tricks in my bag.
Child.
I just don't pull them out no more because I've been in this thing for too long.
Yeah, ain't no need to. But
they on standby.
They on standby, as they always should be.
You know. My mama's old ex-husband used to say, you always got to keep an extra turd in your back pocket.
That part. Baby, I'm going to use that because, woo.
You always got to keep an extra turd in your back pocket.
A turd, honey, yes.
Okay, we done for real, y'all. Y'all be blessed. You know how to reach us, girl_you_know_what on Instagram _wellness and women. What the hell? I mean, no, I said that wrong. Well, at Wellness and Women and at DannieBSpeaks. See, I'm out here fooling.
That's all
I done went from being Wellness and Women to Keisha, and it happened so fast.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
It happens. It's all right.
Well, you guys be blessed. Enjoy some of the sunshine.
Yes.
And if your kids go to prom tonight, make them come straight home.
That part. There ain't nothing out there.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Well, mine coming back in the house.
I know that's right.
She getting dropped off and picked up.
Okay. And going to bed.
Going to bed.
Have fun.
Period. Okay, girl. Well, you guys have a great week.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.